Good morning, Dr. U.S. Raj, sir.
Yeah, good morning, madam.
Sir, we'll be starting in 5 minutes.
Yeah, okay, no issue, madam.
Thanks.
So after, I think you have some inauguration, no?
Yes.
Yeah, after the
For
inauguration.
10 minutes, then we'll start.
Yeah, sure, madam.
Very good morning to everyone joined us today. This is K. Hemlata. I'll be your host for this conference. It's my pleasure to welcome you all to our 4th National Conference on Recent Innovations in Civil Engineering 2023, which is organized by Department of Civil Engineering, DRAT, in association with International Conference on Design and Manufacturing Aspects for Sustainable Energy and International Conference on Material Processing and Characterizations. Co-sponsored by Beam Graphics and RK Engineers, Hyderabad. I assure you that this conference will be fruitful and informative to all the participants. This conference covers themes in sustainable construction materials, retrofitting, soil mechanics, ground improvement methods, water resource engineering, structural engineering, machine learning and AI applications, intelligent transport system, green buildings, environment and pollution control, construction technologies. All the peer-reviewed papers will be published in E3S Web of Conference, which will be indexed in Scopus. May I now request our convener and head of the department, Dr. C. Lavanya ma'am, to please speak few words.
Madam, good morning and everyone, respected principal, faculty, participants, and my dear students. Department of Civil Engineering is established in the year 2008 with BTech Civil Engineering with an intake of 60 students and MTech Structural Engineering in the year 2014 with 18 students, and then further increase it to 30 students in the year 2017. Both the programs are having MBA, and in the department we have experienced and well-qualified faculty. We have 21 faculty in total, out of which we have 7 PhD faculty and 9 faculty are pursuing their PhD. In the department, we are very good at consultancy and very active in research. We have more than 250 paper publications in various reputed journals and conferences, which are Scopus indexed, and we have consultancy of worth more than 90 lakhs. Till now, we have conducted 3 national conferences in the year 2017, 19 and 22, and 2 international conferences in the year 2020 and 2021. And in a row, this is the 4th national conference we are conducting, that is Recent Innovations in Civil Engineering, that is RISE 2023. Also, department is very well equipped with research facilities and the laboratories. Like we have a 200-ton capacity loading frame, NDT test, electrical resistivity test, etc., which are very useful for the research. Also, we have conducted many workshops, seminars, FDPs for the benefit of the faculty and the students, so as to identify the latest technologies and innovations which are going on in the industry. And the present conference, we have speakers from academy and from the industry. Today, first speaker we have is Dr. USN Raju Garu, Associate Professor from NIT Warangal. He'll be talking about machine learning for civil engineering applications. And then we have Engineer Ramesh Garu, Managing Director from RK Engineers. He'll be talking about repairs, rehabilitation, and retrofitting. And tomorrow we have Engineer Srinivas Garu from he's at Telangana Regional Head Technical Services from Ultratech Cement Limited. He'll be talking about innovations and in concrete. And then we have another speaker, Bhanushri Prakash Garu. He's a founder, CEO, and principal architect from BIM Graphics. He'll be talking about construction technologies and management using BIM. I thank all the speakers for sparing their valuable time. And also my special thanks to the sponsors, BIM Graphics Integrated Studio Private Limited and RK Engineers. I wish all the participants will get definitely benefited with this 2-day national conference on recent innovations in civil engineering, RISE 2023. Thank you all.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for briefing about our conference. Now I request Dr. J. Praveen Garu, Principal of GRAT, to speak few words.
Good morning, madam. Are you able to hear my voice?
Yes, sir. It is clear.
So, very good morning to one and all. I'm very happy that Civil Engineering Department is conducting 4th National Conference on recent innovation in civil engineering 2023. So, I just want to inform you that all the proceedings published, accepted for this conference will be published in International Conference on Design and Manufacturing Aspects for Sustainable Energy, that is ICMED. Some power failure has happened here. So I just want to introduce GRIT. So GRIT, that is Gokraju Rangaraj Institute of Engineering and Technology, established in year 1997. So recently we have completed Silver Jubilee in 1997. So we are having NAC A++ accreditation with CGPA 3.55, and we are in top 5% of the colleges in India. And right now we are offering 9 UG programs and 5 PG programs. And all the programs at GRIT, all the eligible programs are accredited by NBA. So especially civil engineering, structural engineering, these 2 programs offered by Civil Engineering Department are also accredited by NBA. We have UGC autonomy up to year 2031, and I'm very happy to inform you that GRIT is having NRF rank 148. So out of over 10,000 colleges in India, so GRIT is maintaining very good rank, that is 148, with the help of all the stakeholders, that is our faculty, students, management, and other statutory bodies support. So we are offering BTech programs in CSE, ECE, EEE, IT, Mechanical, Civil, and CSE in Artificial Intelligence, Machine Learning, CSE in Data Science, Computer Science and Business Systems, and MTech in Data Science, Power Electronics, Structural Engineering, CSE, VLSI, and Design for Manufacturing. So we have around 320 faculty members. Out of them, 110 faculty members are having PhD from reputed institutions like IITs, NITs, and state government universities. So we have received 1,200 lakhs research grant till now from various funding agencies like DST, DRDO, ARDB, UGC, AACT, etc. So I'm very happy to inform you that we have established the Idea Lab in collaboration with AACT. So where we have procured latest equipment like CNC router, PCB milling machine, 3D printer, 3D scanner, laser engraver, and many other devices where student can get in with idea and go out with a product actually. So such facility is there. So I welcome members in this conference. Those who are coming to Hyderabad, they can come and visit our laboratory. And I'm very happy that AACT, we received many programs like Prerana, Skill Development Center, Margdarshan, FDP grants, conference grants, RPS and MODREP grants. And right now we have DST FIST grant of 100 lakhs and we procured scanning electron microscope. Again, if anybody is having scanning electron microscope requirement for your research, so you can contact our college. We have scanning electron microscope facility at our college. And I'm very happy to inform you that GRT is having TechUp2 grant. We received 400 lakhs for teaching, learning, and research and other activities. And GRT is having zero recognition, that is a scientific industrial research organization. And a very nice culture at GRT is every department is conducting international conferences so that our faculty can learn what is happening around the globe, and we are facilitating platform to other researchers to publish their papers, share their knowledge in our conferences. So we are organizing both online and offline conferences. So for example, IEEE CPET conferences, so all the transactions are going in IEEE Explorer and some of them are going in IEEE transaction. Similarly, ICMPC conference, that is International Conference on Material Processing and Characterization. So this is one of the prestigious conference organized by GRAT, where the publications are going in elsewhere. And this year we are conducting our conference in Northumbria University, UK. And similarly, ubiquitous computing in computer science, where the conference proceedings are from Springer, and Access, that is the conference from EC. Similarly, civil engineering also conducting conference, ICMed, ICONSES, many conferences are being conducted. And I'm very happy to inform you that GRAT is having MSM Incubation Center where 5 ideas are accepted. We received 60 lakhs funding. And JNTH R&D Center is given to Civil Engineering Department, Electrical and EC departments. And very happy to tell you that GRAT is having AACT CA Platinum rating. And also in innovation, so we are in the band excellent from Atal ranking across pan-India level. So just wanted to tell you about, in a nutshell, about GRAT, that we are doing extremely good activities for our students and the community actually. So I'm very happy that today we are meeting here to this conduct research innovation in civil engineering department. I welcome all the guests actually, all the delegates. So we have keynote speaker from NIT, Dr. USN Raju Garu, who is talking on machine learning and for civil engineering. So these innovative things are actually required. So now there is no boundary for any engineering. So we need to explore all the cutting edge technology. Similarly, we have other professors, Engineer Ramesh Garu, MD from RK Engineers. Then tomorrow also we have very good speakers. Nandika Srinivas Rao Garu from Telangana Regional Head Technical Services is talking on innovations in concrete. And similarly, we have Bhanusri Prakash Garu from CEO BeamGraph Graphics Integrated Studio Private Limited on construction technologies and management using BIM. So if you see the latest things all covered in this conference, and as well as there are many researchers are sharing their research activities through this conference. So if you see the innovation in engineering, so recently we have seen in newspaper that 3D printing, entire building can be 3D printed. So it is really mesmerizing, and self-healing concrete. So, we never heard of these things when actually uh, at least 10-15 years back. Then digital twin technology. So if you design something in computer, so you can make a building through digital twin technology. You can construct a building. So as per 100% accuracy, what we are designing through the computer, etc. Then prefabrication, then sustainable materials. So very new things are coming in civil engineering, and in this Dubai, etc. So people are constructing empires on the ocean actually. So it is all a new era in civil engineering. So there is a lot to explore in civil engineering. Now, if you see Hyderabad, so Hyderabad, if you go near High Tech City to Airport Road, you see skyscrapers. So we have never imagined that so much of civil construction will be happening in Hyderabad. So now Hyderabad is no less than any other city like New York or etc. So what I mean to say is there is a huge demand for civil engineers to construction, design, and you see how to, if you are now recently, I've seen one hoarding that in Hyderabad 70-story building is coming. So if you want to really construct such buildings, so you see how to have this electrical wiring, plumbing, then how to supply gas, then how to find fire alarms, then CCTV. You see, it is like a you see civil engineering. Previously, we used to see only we have brickwork, concrete work, but now it has expanded to all engineering. So you require computer engineering, electronics engineering, then GIS, so many things actually required. But these days, civil engineering works actually, architecture and all other things. So we need to work through multidisciplinary mode and should explore many things. So I'm very happy that thanks to our management for providing this opportunity. I want to thank our director Garu, Dr. Janjan Murthy Garu, who is present in this conference, and also I want to thank uh, Dr. Lavanya Garu, who is HOD, and other professors, Mallikarjun Garu, Srinivas Garu, and all the professors who are having great commitment to conduct these conferences and workshops. And all, I want to thank all the members of Civil Engineering Department and students who are actually helping to conduct this conference. I wish you all the best, and thank you for giving me this opportunity to talk in the inaugural. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much for your valuable and inspiring words, sir. Now, without any delay, we'll start our session. It is my honor to introduce the speaker of the session, Dr. USN Raju, Associate Professor of NIT Warangal. He did his BTech, BE in 1998, MTech in 2002, and PhD in 2010. He is having vast experience of 24 years. Few of his experiences are at MGIT Hyderabad, GIT Rajahmundry, and RGMSET Nandyal, and Indigo RDBMS Research and Development Hyderabad. Later, he joined as an assistant professor in NIT Warangal till 2022, and now he is promoted as associate professor in the Department of Computer Science and Engineering, NIT Warangal. He published around 18 SCI, 10 Scoopers Indexed, 16 journals, 23 international conference, and 10 national conference proceedings. Under his esteemed guidance, 4 research scholars has completed a PhD, and 3 scholars are still pursuing. He is reviewer for various international journals, delivered almost 60 lectures in the conferences, seminars, and workshops, funded with a project on compiler design digital lab record in 2020, and 2 patents and his profile. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much for accepting our invitation. Now I request Dr. USN Raju Garu to please continue with the session.
Yeah, thank you, madam. So I'll be joining in 1-2 minutes.
Sure, sir.
Yeah, I'll continue. I'm here only. Just I'll be showing my screen, sharing my screen. Yeah, just it will take 1 minute. Yeah, yeah. Good morning to all of you. Is my screen visible, madam?
Yes, sir. But,
Yeah.
full screen mode, can you please keep it in slideshow?
Sorry?
Slideshow mode, sir.
Yeah, I'll be making it to slide show mode.
Yes, sir. Now it is clear.
Yeah,
Thank
okay.
you. Please process.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, good morning to all of you. So, and welcome back once again to this conference. Actually, I think even though it is from civil engineering and I'm from computer science engineering, and whatever that I know related to like the recent trends in computer science and how those can be applied to civil engineering, that is what we'll be seeing today. Okay, so but even most of the time I may be talking about mainly in computer science domain, but the same thing you can apply because I don't have much domain knowledge. So I don't have much domain knowledge in civil engineering. So because of that, so I'll be talking a majority of it, but you can convert that into civil engineering applications. Is it okay? Yeah, so I'll be starting it now. It is okay, madam, now? Everything is fine, no? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay, right, thank you. Yeah, so before starting this, so I'm requesting everyone just to read this story for 2 minutes.
Sir, sorry to interrupt. Can you please turn on your video, sir? It is online. We can able to see you.
Okay. Actually, I'm at some other place. Okay, no issue.
Yes,
So
sir.
I'm actually in my village. That's why I'm.
No
Sorry.
problem. So we can see your expressions at least while listening will be better. Thank you.
Okay. All right. So if it is not compulsory, I'll switch it off, madam. It's okay,
Yeah,
no?
your wish, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, okay. Fine. Yeah, please. I request everyone to read the story for 2 minutes. Okay, so I hope all of you have read this. Now, finally, at the end, you want to be like Tom or Chris? So anyone please respond. See here, the main difference between the two people is that Chris has involved in it and he tried to learn each and every part of that entire the thing what he has involved. But whereas that Tom, no, just he is coming and going just for the sake of that money or just to say that he is also doing some job. Just his involvement is very limited, whereas Chris' involvement is more than 100%. So because of that, he is able to start his own company and he is giving the jobs. He is in that position of giving the jobs. So even here also, you also what you need to do is that, so whenever you started doing something, you need to involve in it. Then you can achieve whatever that you are thinking to achieve. But if just for the sake of getting the certificate, even for this conference, if you say that you are attending just to get the sake of certificate, then at the end, surely everybody will get the certificate, but you will get only certificate, not any knowledge. That you keep in mind. But if you want to really do something after attending all the sessions of this 2 days conference, then you need to involve in it. So don't waste your time simply by just switching on the this one. And if you logged in and going somewhere, okay, this and all we know majority or most of the people, if it is unavoidable, it is okay kind of thing. But as you are there in the conference means you need to at least think that what for you are attending it and try to follow the things, whatever the knowledge that you gained in these 2 days. Don't attend this only for the sake of certificate. If you do like that, you will get only certificate, not anything more than that. Okay. So whenever you want to achieve in anything in your life, so you need to have these 3 characteristics. And generally, instead of this, I'll always say that 2 characteristics: commitment and hard work. If you believe in these two, you can achieve anything. Some people know they may be getting the results in 10 days. Some people maybe 20 days, but surely we will get it. So why I'm telling it no is because I experienced it. Even a few days back, even I don't know anything about the big data or data science or this deep learning and all that. But as I involved and even I tried my level best. It is, and even I'm telling that I am only the great person in the world. So other than me, so many people are there and they learned it. They also got it. For me, it took 4 or 5 years, but for others, it might have taken only 1 year. But for others, it may take 6 years. But they are working and they work, they will be getting it. So keep that in mind. And this 2 days conference, or don't waste your time. If at all, if you are there, means try to understand. And don't expect that you will be learning everything what the speakers are telling for those which they have done it for years together. But at least those words or those sentences will be useful. If you take one sentence and if you start looking into that, then your life will be changing. Surely it will change. Okay. Then now people are talking everywhere. People are telling it is about artificial intelligence, machine learning, deep learning. Just you see the difference between the traditional programming that people were doing previously and what is this machine learning and how the deep learning is come and what is AI. After that, just I'm giving the basic definition here. After that, we'll see in detail. So previously, so you see this diagram. Previously, they used to do the programming like this. So when they have written the program, okay, so you will be giving some input and will get the output according to that. But when they started doing this machine learning, whenever I said that machine learning, it is once again AI. I think most of you might have seen this diagram. AI, ML, then DL. So all are like, no, so this is the relationship among those three. So when I'm saying that we are discussing about machine learning, obviously you can say that you are part of that AI also. So here, previously the programming was like this, the one which is there on the left side. And now the programming style is like this. So you will be giving some input to the computer and obviously there is some program. So the program will be learning based by seeing the examples. After that, when you show these many symbols to the computer where you are having some program, it is learning that it is as a circle because we have to give training. And then when I show this one, I'll be saying that this is circle, a square. So when this is done, in future, sometime if something is given of some nature like this, then your computer should be in a position to tell that it is a circle. Or otherwise, after a few days, if you are giving, because this example, the computer never saw, that you keep in mind. For all this, if you are really thinking about how a human is behaving and how he is learning the things, the same thing is applicable in the whole AI, ML, and DL. But that's why I'm telling it. Even though people say that everything is done by the computer, because it is doing by the computer means that it is not created by God and saying that it is doing something. So people like us, we write some programs. Previously, the programming style was different, and now the programming style is different. Use it to write the programs. So based on that program only, it will respond. Okay. So even some people say that my computer is doing everything because it's all about machine learning. But you see this. So you see this red statement that I have given here. So it is not like that a computer is doing automatically. So if you go and buy one computer with 1 crore rupees, do you think that computer will be doing machine learning and deep learning? No, no chance. People have written the program, but those people who are using it, they may be feeling like computer is doing everything. But actually, there also it is involvement is there, and here also it is just like a normal programming, but the style of programming is different. But as the name of the today's talk is on machine learning and deep learning for the civil engineering applications. And nowadays, as people are talking everywhere, almost if you say civil engineering, people say that they are using some AI, some ML, some DL, mechanical engineering, then medicine. Okay, then all like, of course, in computer science. But if you go for each and everything, once again, there are hundreds of divisions for each and every topic that we'll be discussing. So whatever the content that is relevant to your civil engineering, you can take. But the basis is like machine learning and deep learning. So it is like the example, it is like, no. So in your school days, you learned, what is that? Additions, multiplications, and subtractions. Do you know that you will be using that additions, multiplications, and subtractions in civil engineering at that time? No. In the same way, the same additions, multiplications, and subtractions are used even in mechanical engineering. The same addition, multiplication, subtractions are used in computer science and electronics and even biotechnology, everywhere. So here also, what you need to understand here is that the machine learning and deep learning that we'll be studying is like, okay, some what is that? Some common subject. So that can be applicable to any discipline in engineering because everybody is using it. And not only this machine learning and deep learning, even big data. Because I also worked in these two, big data and machine learning, deep learning, along with image processing. So I saw that all these three are even relevant to your civil engineering. Even I was even now also I am part of some doctoral committee member in like civil engineering for some students. There I am seeing all they are also using Python. They're also talking about big data. There they are saying that they are processing more and more number of images which are taken from the satellite and to predict the crop status and all that. Because of that knowledge, I am telling that. So obviously, whatever that I am talking about in general, they will be useful to you when you start really applying it in your pure domain. Once again, I'm telling, no, I'm not a civil engineer, and majority of the words that I'll be using are related to computer science, but I may not be using that actual domain. So I don't know really how many of you understood this additions, multiplication, subtraction example. If you say that you understood, then keep that in mind forever throughout this whole 1.5 hour session. Okay. Now you see here this statement. So everywhere computer-based monitoring is used for by using image processing AML within the computer civil engineering department, which is going to be cost effective. And this okay, this is some statement I have taken from internet. But generally, when I say it, no. So everything, whatever we are seeing, that image processing, big data, and machine learning, deep learning, these are, you consider them as some common topics. These topics can be applied to any domain. And even those who are interested, no, if you say you want even more detail about it, and if you can start some project. Now people are talking these days about interdisciplinary projects. Even we can explore that when this topic. Even if somebody ask me to do it in civil engineering, I need to get the domain knowledge. But learning that whole civil engineering is not it is not at all possible. That's why people are started doing that interdisciplinary kind of projects. There, whatever the terminology that you know about the civil engineering, you will be sharing to me, and whatever the computer science knowledge that I know, I'll be sharing. So based on these two, we can develop interdisciplinary. And this is the present, like latest trend everywhere. People are telling that, do you have any interdisciplinary kind of thing or not? And this also I have taken from internet. So this is about purely about image processing. Actually, my area of research is image processing. Along with, then after a few days, I started working with image processing with these big data technologies. Now, presently, I'm working with deep learning for this combination. With this combination, the latest work that we are working is distributed deep learning for image processing. And I think so, as it is about image processing, images are also there in civil engineering, and there are all the different fields where there are some kind of image and you need to do some processing. So when I say that, you in the sense, anyone who knows about image processing, if they are doing, then you'll be getting even more algorithms, you can apply it. But when I'm talking about this image processing, so anybody can start it. This is image processing in civil engineering. Then image processing in chemical engineering. There also it is all about images. They'll be taking some images of that chemical after making that chemical component by using that microscope. And once it is there as an image, then for a computer science person, we know that how to do it. But we don't know what kind of image that you will be giving, whether it is civil engineering or mechanical or whatever it may be. But for us, once if you give it an image, it is simply an array of numbers. I think 99% of you, those who are in this conference, might be knowing what is two-dimensional array. I think everybody might have studied some subject on programming. Am I right or not? So anybody can respond. Everybody, all of you know about the two-dimensional array in programming?
Yes, sir. Some basic things.
Yeah, that's it. Once if you say that you know what is two-dimensional array, that is more than sufficient to start working with image processing. Then image processing with all this. But once if you say that you are working with the images in your civil engineering thing, then if the number of images are more and more to process, then we'll be using some new technology, that is big data. It is same thing, image. So instead of working with 10 images, now you can work with 10,000 images. If you know how to use this latest technology of this big data. And once if that is those two things, then what is this? What is the role of this deep learning? As I already shown you this slide in the previous, machine learning. So this is the extension deep learning, and this is the relationship among machine learning and deep learning. So this is the neuron. A neuron is the basic or fundamental unit in learning, in started learning about deep learning. But for a programmer, it is all about some programming language to write some programs. Whether you talk about big data or machine learning or deep learning or whatever it may be, ultimately we need to write some code. Even though, once again I'm telling, even though people are telling that everything is done by the computer, and majority of the people these days, they are telling that in machine learning we need not do anything, just you give it, it automatically do. Means, but it is available and somebody has written it, that you need to understand. It is not created by God. If it is done by the humans, and obviously it is some programming there. The latest, when I say that programming, you can start working with any programming language. So machine learning and deep learning, people are talking about Python, and before that we have so many other languages. So more than 1,000 languages are there. I don't know how many of you know it or not, programming languages. But out of that, more than 1,000, even more than 2,000 also. But out of all that, very few of them are succeeded, and that's why people are using them in companies. That's why we are hearing only those languages: C, C++, Java, Python. Generally, these four, everybody might have heard about it. But once again, just if you want to confirm it, just in Google you type it. How many programming languages are there in the world? Minimum more than 1,000 you will get, and all the 1,000 names also I think it is given in the internet. Because I teach even first year programming here at NIT Warangal. So this is the generally first kind of simple assignment I'll give it to them. Assignment in the sense only 1 minute assignment. They need to go through the internet and find out all the names, so that they will be understanding, okay, means there are so many languages. Out of this, we are learning one language. Okay, right. Now, these are all the, I think everywhere, even you also might be hearing these names in your college. I think even your college also started this, no? Big data, sorry, BTech in data science, BTech in AML. I think big data, some universities they have started. And in future, I don't know. So if some other topic comes, it need not be from computer science. If it is from some other discipline also, you can start doing it. Then data science. So what is the main role in data science? Just can you read these three statements? It is all about studying about the data. Please you see this. Using modern tools to find some unseen patterns, to get some information, make the business decision. And when I say that it is data, please don't look into this exactly only in the computer science point of view. Even though I'm telling it as data science, please don't look this into only in computer science part of this one. Data can be anything. For civil engineer, so as I have shown you, and this is diagram, whatever I have shown is only image data in civil engineering. Okay, so here itself we are seeing around 10 to 12 kinds of data, that is image data. You need to take that data and do the analysis. But one more word they are using it here is volume. When I say it is more data with no, so whatever the technologies that you are having may not be suitable to complete the processing of the data. So that's why you need to go with new technologies, that is nothing but big data technologies. And if you see, whenever you are reading the definition, not only here, you try to understand the importance of each and every word in that definition. So once if you spend at least 10-15 minutes to understand each and every word in the definition, so I can say that you will be very, very much comfortable in start reading the subject. Don't read it just like definition means only definition for 1 minute and remember it. You try to involve and learn each and every the meaning of each and every word, then you will enjoy the subject. And now that is volume. So that's why I'm telling the importance of the word volume there. Then unseen patterns means whatever the technologies that they were using previously, they were able to see some limited, okay, some limited kind of patterns in the in the data. But when you use more and more tools or more and more analysis, if you do in more and more options, then you can see more and more patterns in it. I think these days, I think you heard previously elections means, so just people use it to do some canvassing and doing that, this, and finally somebody wins. But these days, almost majority of the people, they are taking the help of that those people who do lot of data analysis. So can any one of you can tell the one of anybody's name who will do that election data analysis? Participants, how many are there? 34. Out of that, one is yeah.
There are
Any
some
idea?
psychologists, sir.
Sorry.
There are some psychologists or analysis of the voting pattern or everything, sir.
No. Before, not after elections. Before elections, they do a lot of analysis by taking data. And
That
they
is
are
called
giving
psychology student, sir.
Yeah,
Suppose,
can you give one name, one person's name who do all this?
GVL Narasimha Rao, today MP, is one of the psychologists, sir.
Mm-hmm. Okay, no, the person who is giving advices to even Mamata Banerjee, Kejriwal.
Prashant Kishore.
Yes. You understood, no? Good. Thank you for your response. So that means there are some people. So why you are thinking that like the politicians, they are taking the help of those people? They are doing a lot of data analysis. In the sense it is about volume, but they are using so many other techniques to analyze it. Really, what is the different patterns that they can find it. If I give 1,000 people, it is not about how many male and how many female are there in that 1,000 people group. It is not about that. They are taking so many other characteristics. What is their age? What is their background? So which kind of scheme they like to take, so that if they provide that scheme, they will get the votes. And what can be the scheme name? Okay, for scheme name is depending on that this thing, that is okay. But what kind of scheme to be provided? Everything they are doing. Their final, the only thing I want to tell is that they are doing a lot of data analysis. That is for their benefit. They are doing it. If you say it is for civil engineer, it is not about getting the people's data and age and everything. No, we'll take some data which is related to construction data. And or otherwise, once again, if you say, because as I'm from image processing person, I'll say, once again, I'll show you this water retaining structure. So you will be taking some images of that and analyzing it. And your analysis power may be Excel. But after learning so many technologies, especially the deep learning, I'm telling, no. So image processing also we did like two kinds of image processing. One is considered as traditional image processing, that is before deep learning era, and with deep learning era. So all my, like, as I have completed 4 PhDs, all 4 PhDs consists of both these techniques. And we have experimented with 2 of the traditional methods and the 2 of the deep learning methods. The difference between the difference with respect to accuracy and everything is almost like more than 15%. So at least one of the thing is that content-based image retrieval we have done. So image retrieval with the algorithm that I know, because recently in 2021, if I say that I am getting around 81%, okay, if I say that I am getting 81%, but the algorithms that are for the same application, for the same database CVAR, if I am using deep learning method, the accuracy starts with 94%. So because of this drastic or exceptional, there is a lot of increase in the accuracy, people started using deep learning even in image processing. Because of that, whatever the paper, if at all, if you want to publish any paper, better you include this deep learning. With respect to image processing, I'm telling. So you must include deep learning, then it will be easily get accepted. And even I never involved in any of the project in civil engineering, but I told no. So I was part of, even today also, I am part of some of the doctoral committee members in civil engineering. So I'm just coming across all this. And I heard that some people are taking satellite images and analyzing them with vegetation and non-vegetated land, and what is the total amount of crop that is given in a particular year. All that kind of analysis that they have done it. I saw some of them. Yeah, this is about data science. Just take the data, analyze it with the proper tool, and with more and more number of what is that data, if at all, if you want. Then the entire data cycle, no, the data science consists of getting the data, that is considered as capturing, then maintain it, process it, analyze it, and communicate it. So these are the steps. And even though the branch, the data science that you are having in your college will be having only these, the subjects considering only these 5 topics. That's it. So when I say data capturing, there are different ways of getting it. Okay, then all the technologies, techniques, they may be having 1 or 2 subjects based on this, and maintain it and process it and analyze and all that. Then okay, same thing in diagram. And to work with, you are having different languages and different technologies, and some of them are this R, Python, then Hadoop, MapReduce, and these are the things that I have. I think I never worked with R. So Python, Hadoop, MapReduce, Spark. Yeah, those 4 directly we worked. Because, and one more thing I'm telling, don't expect to feel that everybody knows everything. It is humanly impossible for anyone to learn each and everything. So whichever is necessary for us, generally we learn it. That is the basic rule that you need to keep in mind. Then of course, the jobs about data science. This was a trend I've taken from internet. Then AI and ML and DL. So see, I think this is the basic diagram you remember forever. If somebody say that they are talking about deep learning, can I say that they are talking about AI or not? By seeing this diagram, can I say? Yes, because it is subset of that, no? So when I say that I am learning deep learning, that means I am learning AI only, because this is part of this whole circle. Okay, so these are the difference definitions that are related to that AI, ML, and DL. But I am telling you, with respect to image processing, majority of the time we work with deep learning. The basis for this deep learning is neural network. And when I say it is neural network, the basis for this one is neuron. When I say it is the neuron, it is same as our human being neuron. There is not much difference. How the people learn by seeing is the concept of this entire deep learning. So if somebody is showing me like a pen, different kinds of pens, and in school throughout my life, so they are telling that this is pen, this is pen, this is pen, but it is not about only one kind of pen. Then after a few days, if somebody show me a similar kind of that nature, then immediately my brain will recognize that as a pen. So that this is what known as learning by seeing. So accordingly, your brain is going to be updated. But if I show you only one pen throughout your life, so your brain might not have learned perfectly. That's why whenever somebody show you one pen kind of thing, you may not be in a position to really recognize it as a pen. And now the other trend is about big data. Generally, when I talk about this big data, I always tell one example, but just you listen here, it will be worth of listening, and surely it will be useful if you are really planning to work in big data in your civil engineering. Once again, I'm telling no, data can be anything. Data can be anything from any discipline. It can be from civil engineering, it can be from mechanical engineering, it can be from anything, because everywhere people are using computers and they are getting some data, and you need to keep the data and process it. Generally, the word big data, see, now let us assume that I have 1 liter water bottle. Please, all of you listen this. Now, one of my friend, and he is requesting me to store 1.5 liter with me because he is going out of station. He is having 1.5 liter water with him, and he requested me store in this water bottle. Is it possible to store 1.5 liter water in 1 liter water bottle? No. That is sure. Then how you will be helping him? Any one of you please respond. Because no, he is your best friend. How you will be helping him? Chat, okay.
We'll try to provide another bottles.
Okay, very good. Okay, very good. So I think you give a lot of importance to friendship, it seems.
Yes, sir.
Nice. Okay, very good. And that too, you have money also, it seems. That's why you are able to buy one more water bottle. It's a 2 liters. Nice. Okay, so you are able to store it. And after a few days, he came back and he taken away his 1.5 liter. So after a few days, the same friend came now with 2.5 liter water. Then what will you be doing now? Yeah, sure. Because no, he is your best friend. You can't avoid. So you bought one more water bottle of 5 liter, let us assume. Okay, so you are able to store it, and he has done, and he has taken his water away. Then obviously, what is the next thing I'll be writing now? Can any one of you tell what I'm going to write here, saying that your friend has done? He came with 5.5 liter. Now, let us assume that you don't have money to buy it. But so you are ready to help, and you will be, because no, he is your best friend, and now you are start thinking about some other solution. Now, can you tell me some other solution other than buying one more water bottle? Okay, so my general what you can say is that take one more water bottle from one of your neighbor who is not using that bottle for many days, let us assume. Then after that, I connected those 2 bottles. Why I need to connect, I'll tell you afterwards. Because of this big data, we'll say cluster. We use the word cluster every time. That's why I am telling it. Now I connected these 2. Now what is the total amount of water I can store now? After making this connected, in the sense I connected these 2 by using straw. I think you know the straw. Whenever you go for drinking coconut water, we use straw. By using that straw, I connected these 2. Now what is the total capacity of my cluster now? How many liters I can store? 6 liters.
6 liters.
Yeah, 5 and 1. Okay, then I'm able to store that 5.5 liter, and he has taken his. After a few days, he came with a 9.5 liter. Then as I understood the concept of making the cluster, then I don't have money, but still I want to help my friend. So now what I did is that I asked one more neighbor, and he is having a 2 liter water bottle. So 5 plus 2 plus 1, 8. No, not sufficient. Then I asked one more neighbor who is having 10 liter water bottle. Okay, I connected like this. Now what is the total capacity of my cluster?
16.
5, yeah, 16 something. 16 liter. Now I comfortably I can store this 9.5 liter there, and the task is completed. So once if he also told that he is not getting any more water like this, then after a few days I'll dismantle it, and I'll be giving back these water bottles to my neighbors. This is the concept of that whole big data. Those who want to really study about big data, I'm telling you, data means any data. It can be civil. So don't think that it is about only computer science people. Wherever you feel like you are having more data, where you can't do it with one computer. Because here, whenever I said it is water bottle, just now you assume that it is one computer. Now one computer with 1 terabyte of some of your images of civil engineering. So it can be any image from that example that we have seen. Okay, total capacity is 1 TB. Okay, this computer. But actually, you are getting 1.5 TB terabytes of images. You need to store them first. After that, processing. Then you don't have sufficient capacity. Then what I am doing that, no, you connect this with another computer. Connect in the sense only by making one network connection, it won't behave like that. So you need to use some software that we call it as Hadoop. So by using this Hadoop software, you can connect those two. So like that, I can connect a number of systems. Then everything will be involved in making some space to accommodate. Now 1.5 liter, I can 1.5 terabyte, I can first to keep. Afterwards, I'll tell some example. What do you mean by processing? The whole big data consists of only two names. One is storage, which we have already discussed, and other one is processing. Once if you understand these two with my examples, I think, see, I always, so almost I can say this is my around 50th or something like that presentation on big data. Every time I tell these two examples only, and even throughout my life, as of now, I remember only these two examples. So by keeping these two examples in my mind, I can talk hours together on this topic. But technically, only that technical words you need to learn. We can forget the technical words, but if you remember with some examples, we never forget in the life. That you keep in mind, and that is what I learned from my PhD sir Vijay Kumar. So I used to follow that. I'm enjoying that. And this is my example. If somebody want to give some other examples, it's up to them. But try to give some general examples, even in your subject, whatever the subject that you handle. If you give some general examples, then you can remember, and even people also can understand it for comfortably, and they can remember it for a long time. Right. Now I'm able to store. Then what is the other component I'm telling? Processing. Just 1 second. Okay. So the other component of big data is processing. For this also, I always tell one example. So let us assume that this is your HOD and this is you. You in the sense I am assuming you as an assistant professor. Okay. Now he has given you 100 answer scripts. Some subject. Okay. What is that? Engineering mechanics. Or strength of material. Some subjects which I studied during my BTech. That's why I'm able to remember these two subjects. Yeah. Now let us assume that he has given these two to you and ask you to complete. Do the correction in 1 hour. So actually, if you do it by yourself, sorry, it takes 24 hours. But because of some reason, they want to declare the results. So because of that reason, he requested you to complete it in 1 hour. So how will you complete it in 1 hour? Is it possible if you do it? No, because we are not like Rajnikant. If we are Rajnikant, then what you can do? We can do the correction with both the hands, both the legs, something like that. But we are not Rajnikant. Then how you will be completing the task in 1 hour? So please, once again, I'm requesting all of you, don't think that it is only for computer science. And when I'm telling this data, it is meant for any of the disciplines. Even medical also, it is the same example, same thing we teach. And there also the kind of data may be different. But because if you say computer, what are the applications of computer means what? Is it only for computer science students or it is for civil, mechanical or for electricians, everyone or not? It is like that, please you remember like that. Yeah, how will you complete it in 1 hour?
Then you can distribute the papers for some more people, sir.
Yeah, very good, excellent. So what's your name, sorry?
Dr. G.V. Satyanarayana, sir.
Okay, sir, thank you, sir. Very good. Now, who and all can be this? So for example, you called one of your friend who is also an assistant professor. He readily accepted it. And you called one associate professor and who taught this subject for 10 times. He also readily accepted it. And then you called one professor and who taught it for 20 times, and he has written 2 textbooks on the same subject. He also readily accept because he don't have any ego. And at the same time, you called one student who got 100 marks in the last semester in the same subject. When I said that you called and they accepted, means once again I'm telling that you made a cluster. Now the responsibility of this entire cluster is to complete the paper, like that task of completing, doing the paper correction. Now out of all these 100 papers, generally I'm saying that 10 papers are given here, 20 to this, 30 papers to this associate professor, and 40 papers to professor. So can you tell me why I did the distribution like this? Any idea? Why not equal distribution of the papers? Why I have given less papers to him and more to the professor?
According to experience, sir.
Ah, that's it. If you understand it, see, I don't know if you are from civil engineering, you can start reading anything related to big data from today, really. So sorry, so you are from which college, sir?
I'm Gokraj Rangaraj, sir.
Oh, okay, very nice. Now, same thing is applicable to the computers. So when you said that you are making a cluster of computers by using some of the software which we call Hadoop here, that means what you understood from this example, all the computers need not be of same type. That is the statement generally they tell. You can have heterogeneous computers. Yes, this is the meaning of that heterogeneous. So one computer may be with 2 GB RAM and i3 processor, and another computer may be with 10 GB RAM with i7 processor, and another one may be one supercomputer, okay, which may be costing us 1 crore rupees, and it may be around 20 GB RAM with i20 something. i20 is not this processor. i20 is car model, no? Okay, something, just you imagine i20 processor. So like this, you can have any kind of computers. It's like, with a different configuration of the computers. Whenever you are making the cluster, according to the capability of that computer, it will involve in the processing, but everybody is involved in processing. Okay, now my one simple question, and very important in understanding this example. Now let us assume that in all these computers, okay, now let us assume that if all the papers are corrected by this assistant professor, okay, otherwise roll number 501, let us assume that this paper is corrected by this person and he got 29 marks out of 40. Let us assume. Now my question is that instead of this this assistant professor, let us assume that this paper, the same roll number 501 paper, if it is corrected by this associate professor, what should be the marks that the student should get? More than 29 or less than 29 or equal exact 29?
Less than 29, sir.
Sometimes equal to 29 also, sir.
Okay. Sometimes greater than 29 also. Generally,
Exactly.
people will, every one of us will tell it. But if that is the case, then students will agree with that. And it is very competitive exam, and everybody is the kind of JEE entrance exam, let us assume. Then if you say that, okay, I have done it, that's why you got 30 marks. If it is done by some other professor, you might have got 40, something like that. Can you justify that statement if it is JEE kind of exam or any entrance exam?
No.
Will it be happened like that in any entrance exam?
Sir, depends upon the nature of the examination also, we have to be considered, sir. One is the objective wise question means the answer should be gunshot answer. But if a essay type answer means you have to take a step-by-step procedure, and evaluation methodology also change by mind to mind also, sir. Person to person change.
Yeah. But here, when I'm saying it is about computers, obviously there is no subjective evaluation, that you keep in mind. So there is no computer in the world as of now which can do the correction based on the descriptive answers. Am I right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
So
sir.
that means to make sure that as we are using computers, we are assuming that it is all about objective. Okay, when it is objective, then what is going to be the answer? What is going to be the marks that 501 gets if it is corrected by this computer, associate professor?
Same he will get.
Yeah,
No
same.
change, sir.
Yes, exactly. So the same thing is applicable here in the whole in this big data. Whether the paper is corrected or evaluated by this computer or the data is processed by third computer, or the same data if it is processed by the last computer, they should not be even 0.00001% change in the answer. Then why I'm too specific about this? No, generally even in the beginning also I used to think. So somebody say they have done the programming with normal computing, and they got the answer as 25 or 29, and after that people started telling they have used big data, and they are getting it as 35. It is very blunder statement that you keep in mind. So what is that you are getting? What is the advantage you are getting by using this big data, this processing example? Only time, that you keep in mind. So there should not be even a single percent of change in the answer. Never attempt to say that you got a better result when compared to normal computing. If somebody said that, immediately I can say that he don't know about big data, and we need not look into that project at all. What he should say every time? He should say that he got the same answer, but time is less. Previously, when he did, no, let us assume that he got 29, but 24 hours it has taken. Now, if he say that he has done by using this multiple people involved in this, then also you should say this is 29. There should not be any change in this. But here he can tell anything less than 24. It can be less than or equal to 24 hours. This is very important point. That's why I stress this point very strongly to convey that never anytime don't assume that big data means this accuracy or anything will be improved. No, here. But then you may be thinking, what is the advantage of big data technologies now here? What advantage you are getting? Time. Because you may be thinking, what is there in 100 papers? I'm not about 100 papers. Because I actually previously, my dream was, as I told in the beginning, I used to, even now also, my basic research is in image processing. From past 20 to 25 years, I am doing that same image processing, but the technology is big data. Around 4 or 5 years back, my dream was to process 1 lakh images. Only 1 lakh images. And processing means it can be any processing. We need not look into the processing, no. And even I need not talk about this now. I'll tell what I did. But when I started doing with one computer, it is taking hours and days together. That's why I started using this cluster concept of this Hadoop, where I made the work to be distributed among multiple computers. Then when I did it with multiple computers, the only advantage I get is time. That the final answer, once again I'm telling, it must be same other than time. For example, I have processed like image compression. That is one like project we did where we are able to process, means compress and decompress 20 crore images. Whether you believe it or not. So even I also surprised after seeing this, we are able to compress and decompress by using for 20 crore images. My dream was very little at that time, only to compress with 1 lakh images. But when I got this one, 20 and almost, once again I'm telling, it's all happened because of my students only. Don't think that I did everything on by myself. It never happens in any college, especially in NITs, IITs. You can imagine that there are students who are ready to do. If you give some work to them, we have to take the help of them. And it is not about IIT and NIT. Even actually before this, I worked in MGIT, Mahatma Gandhi Institute of Technology, for 5-6 years. Okay, whatever the kind of students that we have, according to the available students, we need to start the project. Don't every time don't think that okay, we are not at NIT, that's why we don't have this kind of students. And even the people at NIT, they should not start thinking that we don't have good students like IIT. If you go to IIT, they also can think we don't have good students like Stanford University. Never. No, if you start thinking like that, no, it is like giving just you want to simply postpone the things. Because of that, you want some reason to postpone it. Even at MGIT also, so I started working with my image processing when I was there in MGIT first time. During my MTech, I started. Immediately after my MTech, I joined in MGIT. So even on Saturday, Sunday, even though the college is not open, along with 5 students during those days, almost 2003-4, I used to go all the way from Amirpet to then Gandipet. Only thing is that I'm telling hard work and commitment. You need to feel that yes, we want to do it. Don't find out some excuse to postpone it. If you are saying that no excuses, always it comes. Now, if you say you are giving some excuse, means you can say that it is summer, so it is very hot, so we can't do some in summer. In rainy season, you can say that, oh, if I go out, there is a chance of getting air, so postpone it for next 3 months. So like that, it happens. Never give some excuse. It's all about our mindset. You keep that in mind. Okay, yeah. Here, 20 crore images we are able to process and compress and decompress. So with that, I got no. Even I was excited at that time. So based on that, even I created some YouTube link based on that, and even I uploaded in YouTube. Before this, even we made a cluster of 116 systems. 116 systems connected in the college, but I never felt like I can do it. Okay, the only thing is that I started initially doing with 1 computer, then 4 computers, then 10 computers. Then during summer holidays, I thought that, okay, majority of the computers are ideal for next almost 2 months. Then I have taken the computers from 3 different labs and we are able to do it. And even in your college also, if you say that you want to do something, I think no management will disturb you, or every management will encourage. And even you can think how much time really the computers are used, how much time they are idle. If you can really analyze, maximum per day, people are using 7 to 8 hours of that computing power, whatever that you have. So remaining 16 hours, that means almost more than 60%. That means 66% of the time the computers are idle. Then you start thinking like that and start use them. And even not only 66%, even on Saturday, Sunday, if you say there is a thing, then continuously you can, if at all, if you want, you can use it for 40 hours. If you say Friday evening, if you start Saturday, Sunday, then Monday morning, they will be using it. Almost for 50 hours, if you say that you are getting that computing power, you can do wonders. Okay. Anyhow, right. So this is 20 crore images. Then this is once again about the statistics that considered as data, big data and all. So you remember, big data means never quantify the thing, that you keep in mind. For example, in that water bottle example, what is big data? Can you tell me now? How many liters is water is known as big data? Initially, when he said 1.5 liter, then also you immediately in your mind, you are thinking that, oh, he is coming with lot of water. Okay, because you are having 1 liter at that time. So when you have 2 liter water bottle, when he is coming with 2.5 liter, then also in your mind, you are thinking that, oh, he is coming with lot of water. So when this entire process stops, it never ends. It is a relative term. With respect to computers, I'll say, for example, if you're having one computer with 1 terabyte, if you want to keep anything more than 1 terabyte, it is considered as big data. So if you are having 10 terabyte computer, anything more than 10 terabyte is considered as big data. So when you are having 1 TB computer, if somebody is coming with 9 TB, will you consider it as he is coming with a lot of data? Yes. But when you are having 10 TB computer, if the same person is coming with 9 terabyte data, will you feel that he is coming with a lot of data? No. Because you are comfortably accommodated, no? 9 terabytes in a 10 terabyte computer. So please you remember, never quantify the word big. Don't say that big data means 1 terabyte or 20 terabytes or 40 terabytes or zettabytes or yottabytes like that. It is a relative term. So if you are having one computer, whatever the data that you consider which is more than your available resource is considered as big data. If you are having only 10 tera, okay, 500 GB computer. So anything more than 500 GB, if you want to keep, then you need to think about how to keep it by using big data technologies. Okay. Okay, right. Now this is the thing. Then these are all the different statistics, how this big data is created. Here he is talking about only YouTube and Gmail and Facebook and Twitters and all that. But even you can convert this same diagram to your civil engineering. So how many vehicles are moving per minute? You keep one camera there and camera will be capturing it and you need to count it. And all this data you need to keep and analyze. I think traffic analysis is one of the application of, in civil engineering, but it involves image processing or video processing. You need to take those videos. Once if you take those videos and analyze by using computer means, of course, it is in the image process. You require image or video processing. Then after that, let us assume that your data is no more where you can't accommodate in one computer. Then obviously you need to go with big data technologies. Then that is how you can correlate, how you can say that you also need about big data to analyze the traffic analysis. Then in addition to these two, even I'm talking about deep learning. Then the analysis algorithms that are existing as of now, if you consider them as traditional video processing algorithms, they are not so effective. So maximum accuracy you may be getting 80 or 85, but when you start working with these deep learning technologies, the accuracy is going to be very drastically. There is a lot of change and it is observed. And we did two projects. Two of my students did on CBR, one project in pedestrian detection and another person in biometrics. See, in all this, at least in the first two, means total 3 PhD guidance here, they have used big data and deep learning technologies. But the actual data is image and images only. But as we need to process more and more images, we have taken the advantage like this one. But when I said CBIR, that is image retrieval. Even this can be applicable anything, and we have taken some standard data sets. But the real-time applications, it can go with your civil engineering or in medical image processing. There are, I think now people say, no, everybody is talking about COVID. So even I'm just telling this example. There are 100 images which are considered as COVID. And 100 images are non-COVID. And 100 images are some pneumonia. Pneumonia spelling, I'm not perfect, sorry. But some P or something is there in the beginning, I remember. Okay. And some images are with another illness, and another 100 images are with some other illness. So total 5 categories are there. Now somebody came with some new image and he want to find out this comes under which category of these 5. Image retrieval, content-based image retrieval, or otherwise you forget about this word CB. This is image retrieval. So I need to find out the characteristics of this image, which we called as features. And here also there are 100 into 100, 500 images also there, no? So these 500 images also you might have taken features. Already their features are stored in the computer. Then I get these features and I need to compare these features with all the 500 images features. After comparing these features with those 500 features, whichever is very close to this feature, I'll say that this image is of that category. So the same thing, they can extend it to classification, image classification also they can call. Okay. Now, instead of this saying COVID, non-COVID or something, in your civil engineering, just you find it out. Some category of the images. Then if you want to find out the new category is close to which of those 5 categories. Then same algorithm, same computer, same thing you will be using, just you will be changing the path of the database. But as we don't know much about the domain, so I'm talking about it in general. So once again, whether you remember that example or not, in your school days, you learned the additions, subtractions, and multiplications. At that time, none of us know it for what purpose we'll be using that additions, multiplications, or subtractions. But now, the same knowledge of that addition, multiplication, subtraction, you people you are using in civil engineering, so we people we are using in computer science, and the people from ECE, they may be using in ECE, mechanical people are using in mechanical, and the people who are in banking, those who are our classmates, those who are in banking, they are also using the same addition, multiplications. But even though they are doing additions, they never say that it is addition. They'll say that, okay, you have taken this much loan, so you have credited this, you have debited this. Okay, this is the total balance available. But all this, can you imagine what is involved? Only additions and subtractions. Same thing you keep in mind. Never, never, never feel like the machine learning, deep learning is not related to computer, not computer related to civil engineering. So your civil engineering data, you take it and use these technologies which are available in computer science. So that is the thing that you need to understand from this session. Okay. And this is all about big data, and these are the general definition. I think I'll be stopping in next 5 minutes. Okay, otherwise I'll show you just a little bit of image also. Just it's all about big data. Distributed processing, as I told, no Hadoop. And this is the open source software. You can directly get it from internet. You can download from this website. And there are different versions of it. And actually ourselves, we worked with these two versions. That software is used for connecting the computers so that everybody will be sharing the memory and everybody will be involved in the processing, because we know that computer is meant for both storage and processing. Even though I told 2 examples, for one is for storage and processing. Storage, when I said it is a water bottle example. And for processing, I told that answer scripts. But when I say that it is about computers, the same computer will be used for storage and same computer can be used for processing after making a cluster. To make this cluster, we use this Hadoop software. And these are the benefits. It is having more computing power. Can you justify this statement? How I can say that by using this Hadoop, the computing power is increased? Because instead of 1, now 4 are involved. And flexibility means, okay, you can add any computer during the processing, and you can remove any computer without stopping the processing. So that is the advantage that we have with this software. And fault tolerance. Actually, fault tolerance here, it uses the concept of replication factor. Of course, it is about in detail about technical. I need not to talk. Just with this, I'll stop with this Hadoop. Replication factor means, so whenever there is some issue with any of the computer, but the work should not be stopped. For that reason, before start executing this whole process, so 3 copies of that same data is maintained at multiple computers in the cluster. Sometimes suddenly if this computer is not responding, as the data is available with some other computer, that will take care of completing the task. Okay, so this is all about Hadoop. And these are the projects, as I told, these are the projects that we did and even doing it by using Microsoft Azure. So during Corona, so as it is not possible to make the cluster here in the campus, so we have taken that Microsoft Azure cloud computing environment. There we have taken 18 computers and did that 20 crore images decompression and decompression, but by using 2-3 algorithms. Okay, just because it is worth of telling about just what is image, so that those who are interested, you can start working with this. That's why I'm showing it. Yeah. So what is this computer vision or human? First, we'll see what is this human vision. So here from this diagram, because you see this computer vision, whatever that I'm telling, you can say this is what is a traffic analysis. Okay, this is only one application I'm telling. It's like that. You see, whatever that you are doing in civil engineering, by keeping one person, you can replace that entire thing by using this computer vision system. If you understand this example. Now, what is there in this one now? So here this person is seeing this, then he is telling these answers. Now, any one of you can say that just by seeing, can he tell these answers? No chance. Whatever that he has seen should be sent to one processing unit. So this processing unit is having that knowledge of recognizing that there is a garden and there is a bridge and water is there, trees are there, flower green and everything. Is told because he is able to, his brain is having that nature of like distinguishing among all those things, whatever I told. But instead of you, let us assume that it is around 21 years person. Now, instead of this 21 years, if I say that I kept one 3 years kid, and his eyes are even bigger than this 21 years person's kid eyes, then do you think that can he tell all these answers? Please, anyone of you can respond.
No,
No. Why? Because he is having very limited processing at the age of 3. Maximum he can say green, red, blue, something, something if it is there. In the same way, now in computer vision, that is about human vision. That means what the human is doing after seeing. After seeing, he is sending it to brain, and the amount of knowledge that is there in the brain, accordingly, we are getting the answers. Now, the same thing, how the computer is doing. So here I kept one camera that is equivalent to your eyes. Now you tell me, any one of you can tell that just by through camera, if you send it, by just if you keep on camera, camera can tell all these answers? No. Whatever the things that are captured by camera should be sent to one computer. Now let us assume that in this computer you have written 3 programs and somebody has written 21 programs. Like previously I said 3 years and 21 years. Now just I am sending 3 programs. If you write 3 programs, then whatever that you are taking by using this camera can respond only if that comes under these 3 categories. Same as that is boy, 3 years old boy and 21-year person. Now instead of that, if I'm sending the same scene to another, like the computer which is having 21 programs, then obviously the computer will respond by taking the input by considering all these 21 programs. Computer programs, program in the sense computer programs. The same thing. Now, in our entire computer vision, our intention is to replace this human vision system. Now you tell me where and all you are keeping some observations in your civil engineering, just you will be using it. You will be keeping one camera attached with one computer with some algorithms which are relevant to it. That is important. Just by connecting it to computer, nothing will come out of it. If it is civil engineering application, I'll write these 4 programs. If it is computer science, I'll write another 4 programs. If I want some mechanical engineering related issue, I'll write few more programs. So like this, if I write like 1000 programs, then according to my requirement, I'll be sending the input to this program, and accordingly I'll be getting output. Here, all these 100 programs are meant for traffic analysis, and otherwise these programs are content-based image retrieval, or these are for like analyzing the medical images. Accordingly, I'm getting the output. So you keep this in mind. The finally, this last word, if at all anybody want to start writing the programs, so for a programmer, see here. Now, before this, now image, photo, picture, these are all the synonyms. Okay, before this computer era, people used to have that reel system. They used to take the photograph and scan it, like go to dark room, and accordingly they used to get the photo and they used to give it. Now people are talking about digital image or digital photo or digital picture. That means what? Everything is represented with some numbers. Any like image you call image, photo or picture is represented with some numbers. Now you see, so this is one photo, which is collection of numbers. This is another photo, which is also collection of numbers. This is another photo. This is also collection of another numbers. But out of all these 3 are collection of numbers. But here when I say it is binary image.
Sir, sorry to interrupt you. You are in which slide, sir? Here it is not in slideshow mode.
Oh, I am in slide number 24.
No, 49. It is map reduce architecture.
Oh, for everybody it is the same thing.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay.
map.
You're seeing map reduce slides, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, just 1 second. Okay. Okay. Share screen option is not there.
So you can stop sharing and reshare it, so then we'll get maybe.
Okay, okay. No, share screen option is there in this or not?
Yes, yes, sir.
Please, when I clicked on it, is sharing only limited.
Now there is screen is stopped.
Yes, yes, yes. Okay, I'll share the screen. By whiteboard. Just 1 second. Hello?
Sir, sir. Tell me, sir.
Yeah, okay. Where is that share screening?
At the bottom you have share screen.
1 second, yeah. But it is selecting some folder. Okay, whatever.
First to open the PPT, sir, then you share screen, then you can get that.
Okay, okay, madam. Yes, done. Okay, now is it visible?
Yes, it is in 24 slide now.
Yeah. But previously we used to have that share screen directly. Okay, anyhow, just 2 minutes. Yeah. So now, when I said this is binary image, gray level image, and color image. Okay, are you able to see these 3 images?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So now, when you open this, it is showing me like this. So for a programmer, it is nothing but 2-dimensional array. Now, if I ask if even a 9th class student who knows this programming, no, if I ask him to write a program to convert zeros and ones, zeros as ones and ones as 0, so he'll be using this for loop, and if condition. Then just by using these 4 statements, he can write a program for it. Then those who are interested, and I'm talking about 9th class student who knows about 2D. Once if he write these 3 lines of code, I can say that he has done something related to binary images. That is nothing but binary image processing. Similarly, when I ask him to just replace all these values by subtracting them from like 20, then for that also maximum some 5-6 lines of code is sufficient. He can write it. Then I can say that he can do gray level image processing. Instead of doing it for one array, if he can do it for 3 arrays, nothing. Once if he say that you know how to do it for 1 array, surely I can say that he can do it for 3 arrays. Then once if he say that he has written something for these 3 arrays, I can say that he know how to work with color image processing. The whole color image, like image processing, is really I'm telling, I'm in image processing from past 20 years. I didn't find anything other than doing something to a 2-dimensional array. So that's why I always tell that even a 9th class student who knows about array and array processing, he also can start working with image processing. But according to the domain and according to his requirement, he has to learn that what domain knowledge or the programming language, and he can do it. That's it. So with this almost I'll say this is all about image and image processing only. Okay, these are the fundamental steps. Okay, mostly I'll stop it here now. See, if you for all this only one statement, whatever the data that you consider from your domain, you take it. And if it is not, if you are not in a position to keep it in one system, then use big data technologies. And if you, whatever the results that you are getting is not much accurate, better you go with machine learning and deep learning algorithms. And data can be anything. It can be from any domain. So with this, I'll be stopping it. So if you are having any doubt, please, you can ask now. Otherwise, I'll stop it.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for a very informative session. And we have few queries in our chat box from
Okay.
Dr. Srinivas Reddy Garu. How big should be the training data set for ML to be very effective for testing?
Okay. But see, the problem is the more and more examples you give, no? So it is good. But sometimes if you are giving even more, then people say that it is going to be considered as overfitting. There is some terminology known as overfitting. And if you give very less data, they call it as it is underfitting kind of thing. And sometimes if the data is not available, then they will be making it as augmenting the data. So it is all depending on the application. So for example, if you say you are working with only pen and a book kind of thing, then because the two, they are very entirely different. Because pen structure and a book structure, they are entirely different. Even in that case, if the data is very small, that is okay. But if you are showing it the data are which are very close in nature, then obviously you need to have more data to be understood. Even it is same as our brain, how our brain understands. Okay, if pen and book, if you show two examples or four examples, a kid can understand. If you want to tell about different kinds of pens, then because there are very close parameters that you need to understand. There, obviously, you need more data, but it is all depending on the application. But at least according to my understanding of that AIML with respect to examples, I generally always tell this example regarding amount of data required. Okay, right.
Another question, sir, in Venn diagram, inside AI is ML, inside ML is DL. Is it DL for certain specific applications or ML more generalized than DL? You can find it in chat box.
Yeah. ML inside DL. Is it DL for certain specific applications or ML? That I don't know, because no, I never studied directly that AI ML part. Directly, as I always work, I told no, my work is in image processing, and I found that deep learning can be used perfectly with image processing. So directly I started with deep learning, but the full in detail about the relationship among these three, I'm not much aware of it. Thank you.
Can you give one each general application of AI, ML, and DL?
Yeah, DL I told no. So at least in our case, we have used the deep learning for content-based image retrieval for feature extraction, and similarly for pedestrian detection for feature extraction. And ML, people say they have used it for classification and all. But AI, I have not done any work. I'm not. I think I may not be in a position to give a perfect example for AI as of now. I haven't prepared for that.
I request all the participants to please post your questions in the chat box, or you can turn on, unmute yourself and please ask your query. Another question in the chat box, sir, in machine learning techniques, as we are giving numerous amount of personal data to the system, how secure it is?
Yeah, sir, because initially they might not have considered about security, but now these days people are talking about security issues in it. So now security people also involved, and they are, I think according to my knowledge, people are telling that they are, whatever the data that they are giving is in the encrypted form. Then only in the last level they decrypt it, complete the data, and making it like once again encryption or something they might be doing. So if at all, if they are coming with this kind of problems, obviously people maybe start thinking about this encryption and decryption kind of thing. And the same thing even in cloud computing also. Initially they used to store the data as it is, but after that the cloud security has evolved. It's even like this, like I don't know the present status. If at all there is a security issue, people will be start thinking about making that in the encrypted form or some other way of hiding the data, which should be in some other form. They might be doing it. So I don't know much about that.
Okay, sir, thank you. I request all the participants to please raise your queries by posting in the chat box, or you can please unmute yourself and ask. How the mechanism is working behind the machine learning. Yeah, this is
Yeah,
from.
yeah. Yes, yes, I told you no. So it is by examples. So first it will take the examples and it will take some initial weights. After doing the weights, then it will get some output. Then because it is all with respect to the available data, it has to compare. Now see in your mind, so somebody is showing you some data. First you are thinking in one way. Finally, he'll be showing you something saying that, okay, whatever that you are thinking is same as this or not. If it is same, it's okay. But if you say that your answer is different and the actual answer is different, then it will use backtracking mechanism. Sorry, back propagation. Then it will come out and readjust the neurons with the new weights. Then once again, it will go back and ask that user, okay, now I got this output. Can my output is same as your output? You are in the sense actual output. So like that, there are so many iterations. I think those who have worked, you might come across the word epoch. So those many epochs they use to confirm that whatever the answer that the network is giving and whatever the answer that actual output, data is there, if both are same, then I can say that, okay, now the model is ready. Okay, feed forward and back propagation, that is the basic in the entire neural networks. The neural network means the basis for the entire deep learning with respect to image processing. The same thing is applicable even in the machine learning.
Any more questions from the participants?
I have one question, sir.
Yeah, please, sir.
So I'm Dr. Mohammad Hussain. I'm professor of civil engineering here, Bokarazu Rangarazu Institute of Engineering and Technology.
Okay, sir.
So actually I'm working on Google Earth Engine.
Okay, sir.
So Google Earth Engine has many images, okay, in its website, and also application programming interfaces, APIs. Already we have used Flood one API for flood monitoring and also for drought monitoring as a part of project work.
Okay, sir.
So do you have in that Google Earth Engine APIs? It's all open source.
Okay.
So do you have you seen any such deep learning algorithms, sir?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. See, actually, the deep learning starts with this existing models. Even we also started with that AlexNet, ResNet, GoogleNet, then VGG16, VGG19. So these networks we have used, and each one is meant for a specific task. So these 5, 6 we have used it for CBAR. They are very good in feature extraction whenever we do this kind of projects. Because initially they made it for image classification. Even in the similar, because for our work we have used those models. After taking those models, actually we can what do we apply? One second, sir. Transfer learning mechanism. So depending on our application, we can give the new inputs. With the existing knowledge, it can continue from there. So which we call it as transfer learning. Instead of making the model from the scratch, if you go with the transfer learning model, you can save a lot of time.
Yes, I am asking you this question, sir. Already application programming interfaces, they have written already open access.
Okay.
In deep learning, are they available for natural resource management?
Yeah, because for your application, I don't know exactly they are available or not. Surely, even sometime I heard that what is that collision detection? If there are two cars are coming and what is the severity of that collision, everything, those kind of networks are available in the internet. Just you can take them and use it. But if you take them and use it instead of that, if you take it and modify it according to our requirement, we can do wonders. Otherwise, at the end, we always become like users. We should not be the users. We should be the position of creators. Yeah. So, but for your specific application, I don't know. But for CBAR, I told we found those 6, 7 networks. And even for collision detection, sometimes somebody told one student came with some project. And even medical images, they are telling some networks are available.
Yes.
So like that for your application, surely it is there. Otherwise, it is easy to develop. If you know the whole process of making the network by ourselves, then we can do it for our application.
Python also we can write, no, sir? Python.
Yeah, Python only, because that's why even myself, I used to work in MATLAB for a long time. But from
Hello? Hello? Hello, sir?
Everything is possible and everybody is using it. And majority of the companies, they are requesting for this.
Python only?
Yeah, Python. That's why even I also shifted to Python these days. Last 2 years, I am working. Even I am also in Python only.
I see. But even Java also is widely prevalent, no, sir?
No, maybe sir, but because even students here, they are interested, and mainly the campus placements. No, if they do it in some like Python, it is advantageous for them. That's why we are doing it. But here, no, especially in NIT, so we don't give more weight to the language. If some students said that they are very much comfortable in C language, sometimes some programs they write in C language only.
Nice.
Generally, you see, I have written a program to add 2 numbers. So C language give correct answer, or Java or Python or C++. What is the correct answer? In all the languages, 2 plus 3 must be 5 only.
Sir, you were telling about the parallel processing,
Yes, sir.
using
Yeah.
different computers.
Hmm.
So that is required, sir, for even for image processing?
Yeah, that's what I said. No, so 20 crore images.
Some 15 to 20 computers together.
Yeah. So I
We have to,
know. So you process because in our college.
even laptops also we can connect, no, sir?
Yes, anything. So we process 20 crore images.
Oh my
So when
God.
you said that you want to process 20 crore images, if it is by one computer, it might be taking years together to complete the task, whatever I did it. So then I made a cluster of computers. Then the data is distributed. But the program, so I have written a program. That program, computer program, whatever I have written, the same program is available in all these 100 computers, let us assume. If the same program is available, then I can give the data parallelly to all these computers so that it can be completed quickly, no? But output must be same. That we need to keep in mind. So nobody should say that as they have used
How much time it takes, sir? It has taken for you, these 20 crores messages?
20 crore images, it has taken 12 hours, sir. 12 hours. To
There should not
compress and
be,
I think that statistics and all.
power should not be off, no, sir? Power should not be off.
Yeah.
Continuous power supply should be there.
Yes, continuous power should be there. And even I told, if there is any problem in any of the computer, the work won't be stopped because of the triplication factor. Because the same copy is available with another computer.
I see.
So everything is managed. And when one computer fails, immediately the other computer will be taking care of the remaining data, which is not done by this failed computer.
Yes.
So that and all is possible with that software Hadoop.